Look like it all moved a bit then.
Now then everybody, Ben here for Casa Animalia. Today we're going to be doing the IBC Tote for the Reeves turtles that we talked about. We've got everything in place. We've got big rocks, small rocks, wood, sand, gravel, the lot. So we're going to get a water change pipe drilled into the bottom first, and then we're going to get cracking, and with a bit of luck, by the end of today, if not tomorrow, we'll have them in there and we'll see if we can get some footage of them swimming about and using this thing. Let's get cracking. I couldn't find my drill bit, so we're going to wing it and do it with this. This is the piece we're going to use. So it's just a bulkhead, 2 rubbers, and then a connection out onto the irrigation pipe. Okay, so there you go, that's fitted. This is just going to be covered up with a couple of big rocks, as you can see. Don't want it too close to the bottom, just in case there is ever an issue with the seal or the taps outside or something. We never want it to drain completely down to the bottom, so this way it should always leave us a couple of inches of water, even in a worst case. Be onto something here. Okay, I think we're looking pretty cool now. More or less, we're going to play around with it a little bit more, so I won't bore you too much. I'll cut it off. We'll have a bit of a play around. When we're ready to start foaming, we'll jump back to it. Alright, so the initial idea was to try and do a wall here, and I think we're winning. Really wanted to do some land back here, so I think that we are onto something now. All that is actually pretty tight in there, but I am going to foam it at the back, as I said. A couple of small gaps that want foaming in, and then I've got to just try and work out something to do with this gap here. A couple of stones I think, and some foam at the back again. So let's have a look at that, and then we'll get back to it and see if we're ready to set this into place. Okay, so I could keep messing about here, but I think we're pretty good here. We're pretty well set now. Excuse me, I think we're pretty well set here now. There's a couple of areas I need to fill in so that they don't get in and get stuck or anything like that, but I think once we get this foamed in at the back and get some plants and stuff in here and move the other big rocks into place, which we'll do whilst the foam's going off, I think that we'll be into something looking fairly natural. So let's give it a crack and see how we go. Right, let's get to foaming. Or not. Right, second time lucky. Just been out and got some new foam, so let's get everything foamed into place. That's a tough one. So obviously there were easier ways I could have done this, but I do like to use as many natural materials as possible and just keep it really interactive for the animal. I think most animal keepers will agree that when you're keeping something in captivity in an enclosed space, that enrichment is really important. So the more natural materials and natural habitat style that you can give them will definitely enrich their lives more. And it's nice to have them tame, but when we're not here, it's nice to know that they've got a good setup that they can interact with. Okay, so that's most of the gaps filled up. It's got quite a little bit of time to go yet before it's fully expanded. So as that's expanding out and curing, we'll get some of the big rocks positioned, and then we'll touch up a couple of areas as we need to. This gap I might as well add a little bit extra to right now. I'll do that and then we'll start positioning the rocks. Okay, I can't get myself out of the image, but as you can see, even with just those three in, we're already looking a little bit better covered. Hopefully over the next couple of hours, as we get everything finished, the sun will move around and we'll be able to see a little bit better what we're looking at. But for now, I'm going to crack on. As you can see, we've got that good space back there for filling with dirt. So let's play around with some more stones and some more gravel. We'll maybe whiz through that and then we'll come back, see how we're looking. What you need to do now is fill the gaps, and you've got to keep it looking hopefully as natural as possible. We need to do the transitional stones. There's got to be a mix. You can't just have massive stones and nothing in between. There's got to be a mixture there to balance everything out. So that's what we're going to do now. Here and there, as I'm taking it away, if it's still a little bit sticky on the surface, we'll just chuck some sand and some gravel in and fill in the little bits and pieces. So as you can see, using a mixture of two different, well, a variety of sizes, but one's a very fine sand and sort of smaller gravel mix, and then one just another bit chunkier, just filling some of the gaps first, and yeah, just keep it looking as natural as possible. I think all we've got to do now is secure this where the water change will be done. Scatter another couple of bits and pieces in here, just bring this rock formation down, gravel, and then we need to have a look at the back bit. So let's see how we go in the next few minutes here. Okay, you can see where we're going now. Sorry, this sun's still on a terrible angle. There you go. All the gaps filled in, a tiny bit of foam showing there, but I can't do much about it until it's finished. I might just get a knife in there and cut that out. So this may well be enough for part one. We'll see how long the rest of it takes. I've just added some extra there, extra foam that's going to need to come out as well. The water change pipe is just there. Once we've got the land area done and we get this thing filled up and we know where we're going exactly with the water level, I'm hoping for it to come just under here. We'll see, but once we've done it, then I'll drill the overflow pipe, be it back or front or whatever. It might be right at the back, that one, again with another link round, just in case we get a load of rain. Doesn't rain often here, but when it does, my god. So I hope you can see that. Okay, so then we'll go and get a little bit more gravel, just to fill the basin with. And then we'll come back and look at the planted area at the back. We're going to add an air brick to it, which I think will work well for sort of aiding infiltration, but also, and more importantly, it fills us up some space here in the back. Okay, so as you can see there, it's just coming out of the what's going to be the actual water change pipe there. Obviously no water coming in from around the seal yet, which is always good news. But we'll run this through just for a few minutes, and then I'll get the end attached, get the pipe set into place, and the tap on, and then we can start filling it properly and tackling the back bit. Okay everybody, that's enough for part one. Got quite a lot done. If you've enjoyed this build so far, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, give us a thumbs up, and so that you're alerted when part two comes out and we get to see this thing finished up, animals in, plants in, and looking awesome. Also, if you haven't done so already, check out our previous video popping up here somewhere. Turtle pond maintenance plus little bonus feeding at the end there. Cheers everybody, bye. Oh. I'm not plugged in at the pond.